Drop it.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Recap Show. I'm joined with two of the same guests as the first part.
We're back.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
I'm joined with Kyle Leaners.
Kyle Leaners.
And John Miller.
John Miller.
I want to do more of a discussion episode.
Yeah.
Because you know what's been bothering me this year?
What has been bothering you this year, Antony?
Tell us.
Disappointing movies.
Oh, one after another.
I gotta agree with you there.
I spend about way too much of my money and time in the movie theater. And it's a sacred experience. And 2016 has been one fast
2016 makes you want to pirate videos. Because you don't want to spend
yeah.
any more money
it's
going
like,
to
why
theaters.
would I bother getting just
we're not particularly
It's a waste
difficult
of
to
money.
shit
please.
shoveled on
Yeah.
you again and
We're
again?
not snobby moviegoers
We're not.
who hate everything.
Most of my movies are rated in the 70s and Rotten Tomatoes.
There Will Be
ones.
Blood. It's pretty fucking boring.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there. It's a boring
I've
movie.
never seen Godfather 2.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Shawshank Redemption.
You need to see that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so this onslaught of garbage this year got us thinking about, throughout the years, all the disappointments that we've seen come and go. These aren't movies that are just bad. Like, all these movies are bad. These ones had potential to be good and should have been good.
either good source material or they had a good
yeah.
director.
Just
or
a great
cast or
idea.
something.
Yeah, great cast. Yeah,
Yeah, something
exactly.
like that.
And you go see it, and you're excited, and you sit down, and you're
What
just like,
was that?
Get a big serving of shit. It feels like the last few years have been ramping up better and better each year.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
2016 just had a drop off.
Yeah.
That happens occasionally. You know?
2015 was fantastic.
Yeah, there
for
was
movies.
so
And
much love in
2014.
2015.
2014 was great.
Yeah, those 2 years were pretty peak.
So let's hope they fix up their shit for 2017.
Yeah.
But until then, we're just gonna...
We say sitting down here on our couches while the directors are out there grinding their teeth and sweating blood for that.
Bunch of couch potatoes.
Yeah, don't know anything.
Lazy bitches.
Yeah. What do you think first?
Elysium. Who was excited?
Don't get me started.
It was Matt Damon. He had the buzz cut. It was mech
Ooh,
suits.
yeah.
It was gritty, and it sucked.
It's so
It was-
bad.
And they acted
And
like it was
roles
going to be so
for poor
secretive.
people.
Like, we've got this whole universe you're
Yeah.
going to be let in
Yeah.
on. But
Very strong
was
trailers.
nothing.
What was it even about again? He's
I
got
don't-
to go
I'm-
and like
I'm blanking
he's
on
trying to rescue his
the finer
daughter.
aspects.
No.
He's trying to no. It's like
See,
his
the
daughter's
plot didn't make an
sick or
impact on any
something?
of
No,
us. Like,
he's
you
sick.
can barely
He's
remember it.
dying.
He's dying.
At his factory, he gets exposed to radiation.
There's a girl somewhere in it.
See, I didn't remember that. It didn't make an impact on me at all. Like,
Yeah, we should have watched all these movies in preparation.
There's so
We
many
didn't,
movies on
though.
this list.
Jodie Foster
Yeah.
was atrocious.
She's boring. I just
Fun fact about Elysium: it was supposed to star Eminem.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
Matt
movie.
Damon couldn't sell like the third world living because it was a movie. I think it was set in Johannesburg as well, but he was the
Yeah,
only
South
white
Africa.
person.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a little bizarre.
But like Eminem knows what it's like to be like in like substandard living conditions.
Yeah.
Matt Damon had an Oscar when he was like 12. I think it was just that you could tell
A whole
they
lot
were,
of factors.
they were struggling with story when they made it about like when it was flashing back to him as a kid and like he was the chosen one. It
Yeah.
was like a prophecy.
The main thing with that movie, I think that why it was disappointing is because District 9 was so good and it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
that's
direct,
the main thing.
the direct
really.
follow up
Yeah.
from this director.
It looks
and
so
was just
similar to
like,
District 9 too. It looked
Yeah.
like it was still
Ugh.
futuristic, kind of post.
Neil
King
Blomkamp
Spirit.
got kicked off of Alien after that movie.
I didn't want Alien in his grasp, honestly.
Well, Alien Covenant,
Yeah.
which I know is a semi-sequel to Prometheus. You're excited for that. We
Should we just go to Prometheus now?
Huh?
Should we just go to Prometheus now?
Yeah, we can go straight to Prometheus.
I happen to love this movie. It was big for me. I love space epics where you feel very isolated and alone.
For me, it's a movie with some great characters, some really nice cinematography,
Yep.
some good locations, good premise, where nothing happens.
Like-
For characters that were so smart, they were
Okay, the
relentlessly
same
dumb.
complaint every time. It's just a minor scene. Like
No, it's just so many scenes. It's the way that they all talk to each other.
Yeah,
they're minor characters that get
and then-
lost and they get killed. Like they shouldn't have got lost. Obviously,
No,
he's
no,
a
no.
geologist and a scientist or something like that. Shouldn't have reached out and touched it. That was dumb. He wasn't continuous with his character from when he was scared of the body before. Like
But
I
I'm
understand
thinking
that,
the main,
but that's
the main
just one
couple,
part of the
the
movie.
husband and wife seem really good.
about them, the
I
bug
didn't
is
mind
like they
them.
found this huge discovery. It was like this big thing. They found what they were looking for. They found an alien that was like obviously linked to humans.
Yeah.
Like they obviously created us, and they were like just so dissatisfied still. And it's like, what
Yeah.
more do you need? And then they just kept pushing it until everybody died.
But there were some great scenes though. I mean,
There were some good one-off
the
scenes.
sandstorm scene was fantastic.
The flamethrower scene was great.
Flamethrower, and then the alien birth, or I
Yeah.
mean the C-section scene
The
was
ending was great.
fantastic.
The whole ending
ending
fight.
was great. Yeah.
Moving on, we can't completely let 2016 off here. Because Batman vs Superman came out in
Oh, boy.
2016.
No one can deny that.
I was rooting for this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted them.
You guys thought it was gonna be so good.
Batman is probably the most singular liked hero of any.
Yeah.
Dark
universe.
Knight is the best superhero movie of all time. It pulled a Spider-Man 3 in a sense where it's just like
I felt like Spider-Man.
it's like
Yeah,
Batman
too many
versus
characters.
Superman, and then it's like and Doomsday and Wonder Woman, and here's an email from Aquaman or something like that.
Yeah, that was
It's
such
like,
a terrible way to introduce
it's
them.
like-
Honestly, like
how lazy are you people?
Yeah.
And people say Batman's great, and like sure he's visually great. To me, they fucked up his character. Like,
yeah, obviously there's the killing, which is
killing,
not part of him.
Just the Martha, everything. Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that was horrendous. I remember the
like
rumors.
motives.
Remember the rumors with Bryan Cranston?
Yeah,
There would have been. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think there's anything.
yeah.
I don't think there's anything we can say about Batman vs
our house.
Superman that hasn't already been said. Which is the same for the next movie on the list, the prequels.
Ooh, this is a bit, we can talk. We can do an
Star
entire
Wars
episode on this,
prequels.
obviously.
Star Wars
This is
prequels.
Yeah. Oh man.
Where to begin?
The weird thing is, I'm conflicted too, because when I was a kid, these movies were still great, and I loved them. Like I loved these movies when I was a
me
kid,
too.
because I was young enough. I didn't quite understand how bad the acting was, how bad the script was, how blocky it was, how boring the camera angles were.
And you know what? I stand by. Like I don't hate the prequels as much as like some people.
Yeah.
They hold a sentimental value in my heart. But all the outlines, the story plot outlines of all three movies are good. The idea of the arc of the rise and fall of Anakin.
I like seeing
Jar Jar Binks,
plastic dialogue.
It was
the sand.
The CGI.
Our favorite, our favorite quote in our group is "sand." The sand
the
one.
sand quote. Yeah, it's quite often
everyone
used.
likes sand.
Do the sand quote.
I like sand. It's coarse and rough. I think it's
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But no, Hayden Christensen is a terrible actor.
There was no chemistry between those two actors.
Yeah.
It's like I hate you. Or
there's a call. He's like, I'm really ahead of him. He doesn't
Yeah.
understand.
You got the tone perfect. There's no inflection.
He's
It's like
but he's overly
doesn't
critical.
understand.
He never listens. When you
Well,
watch the video
the first
of
three
fans going in for the midnight
Oh
premiere.
my
Oh,
god,
yeah,
they
they
were
come
so
out.
excited.
Yeah.
And they still were excited coming out. They didn't realize
They
until
were in denial.
because even the early reviews were pretty positive, right?
Do you guys want to pick one from your list?
I think I'm the same as you, but I say we go over one of my favorite franchises. Just the low point in it, JP3.
JP3.
Jurassic Park.
you can't
3.
say that JP3 is the low point.
We're not talking Jurassic World.
I think JP3 is better than Jurassic World.
No, you're wrong.
Stop! You're just saying this to make me angry. Like
Is it?
I always hear the argument that it's good as a B movie, but it's not a B movie. It's part of the Jurassic
trying
Park
to be serious,
franchise.
yeah.
Like it's part of that series. You can't put it to the
Pterodactyl
side. Yeah.
dream.
I can't believe that's a send off.
It's not it's a Velociraptor dream.
That's what I
Packer.
meant to say.
Yeah, technically Deinonychus, but we're not talking about Jurassic World. Stop it.
Can we talk about Jurassic
Yeah,
World?
why-
If you want to talk about it, you can go ahead, but I'm not gonna have the argument right now.
And
Like,
the awkward writing of getting Sam Neill back.
yeah, like how they show
Nothing on heaven and earth giving up that island.
except a big check. Like that's
Yeah, which was symbolic of the actor.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
pretty-
great.
that's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that's very true. Billy survives, of course. How did they find him? Like
Gets carried away
get
by a
carried by
pterodactyl.
Like he's severely injured, somehow still alive. Like give me a fucking break.
Okay.
Can we talk about Jurassic World?
I'm not gonna allow it. Make your own video. I don't want to. I'm not in a defending mood right now.
Okay.
We should all
I
collaborate
thought that's what
right
this
now.
is about. I thought this is about.
We're not defending
No,
these
we're
movies.
supposed to agree on all of these.
Yeah. Scale
Chris
crowd.
Pratt is the most one-dimensional character. He's just like, I'm cool. I'm a cool guy.
I didn't love him in that movie.
He,
I thought he filled
he
the role.
rides on.
You just talk over
he
me.
rides
I'm
on the
not-
motorcycles with the velociraptors beside him. They gotta eat. They gotta
He
sleep. And they gotta.
Don't.
Uh-uh.
It's very cringy. I agree, but he filled the role he needed to.
Best movie of 2016. What would you say that is?
The most surprisingly good movie I've seen in 2016 is War Dogs.
Really?
Really enjoyed it. It's been a horrible year for blockbuster.
Yeah, that's the
We still have-
summer blockbusters were
They
terrible.
were
Apocalypse.
tired. They were.
You guys need
worn.
to see the Nice Guys. It's really
Yeah,
good.
I
really
want
well.
Yeah.
done.
I'm gonna go ahead with probably what is the worst movie experience I've ever had in a movie theater. A Good Day to Die Hard.
Ooh.
I'm a huge I'm a Die Hard fan. So
Good one.
I love Die Hard 1
What a
so
visionary.
much. I love Die Hard 2. I know it's stupid. I know it's a rehash of the original. I don't care. Die Hard 3 I'm not a huge fan of. Die Hard 4 is, in my opinion, just as good as Die Hard
Let's
1.
live through Die Hard.
I'm out of my
Yeah.
depth.
With
I
Justin
don't, I've
Long.
never
Yeah.
seen any Die
And
Hards.
Kevin Smith
I won't lie.
Yep.
Yep.
Die Hard 5 completely
and Timothy Oliphant.
yes.
Love him.
Strips down and changes the character of John McClane to a bad guy. He's a horrible asshole. There's not one fight scene in Die Hard 5. He doesn't lay a face
Yeah.
on
Doesn't
a
he?
man.
I heard the villain is
doesn't
very
he launch?
terrible.
Villain?
too, yeah.
All I've seen from that movie is he launches a police car into a helicopter or something.
No, that's Die
like
Hard 4.
that. What?
In Die Hard 5, he's literally in a giant, it's like some military grade truck, and there's a traffic jam, and he's driving over people's cars, laughing. And in Die Hard 1, he's like, when someone is like endangered, he's like really upset. Jai Courtney, ugh.
But
Jai Courtney needs to go.
Yeah. He was fine in Suicide Squad.
Is it Jay? It's Jay Courtney.
Jai, I think.
Jay Courtney.
It's Australian, so there's some kind of Australian inflection in there.
Right.
Should we do one that me and Packer were very excited, Anthony were very excited for?
What's that?
Spectre. We're big fans of the Bond series.
Actually, I should preface this by saying me and John are going to team up at some point for a Bond themed video.
For
where
sure.
I think we should rewatch a bunch of them and just go through maybe all of them even. And
I said one from each phase, like
that'd be
one
great.
from Sean Connery. Although a couple from Daniel Craig's phase.
Oh yeah,
it's our phase.
Yeah, you gotta do a couple from Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah,
Pierce Brosnan.
We'll do that.
We'll do every single movie. We all know the Daniel Craig tenure of Bond there's been some ups and downs.
Yeah.
Casino Royale, we all know is my favorite
It's
action
just
movie.
a very strange arc that they did. The whole arc is like
why
Casino Royale. He's new, he's fresh.
Yeah.
You can't contain him. Quantum of Solace, he's like he is Bond.
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie. It's not terrible. It's just a terrible movie.
And then Skyfall, he's
old.
They just established he's a new agent. Like, why are they doing it now? Like, I would need a movie between there and Skyfall. Skyfall should have come after Spectre.
And the thing with also that bothers me about Skyfall, as much as I love that movie, he's old, but he's becoming Bond still.
He's never going to be Bond. We're never going to get real Daniel Craig Bond. And Spectre was supposed to be the real Daniel Craig Bond movie, where he was full Bond.
I love Daniel Craig, but he just did not give a fuck.
No.
Yeah, he was not.
And the fact that they were like, Christoph Waltz is not Blofeld. He's not Blofeld. He's not Blofeld. And it's like, guess who Blofeld, or guess who Christoph Waltz is.
And no, but the best part is halfway through Spectre when it's so obvious that Blofeld is his brother. Yeah. And Bond goes into the house and he finds a picture of like him as a kid. And there's like him, the dad, and a kid, and his face is burned out. It's like Bucky as a Winter Soldier. Like it's that, like,
oh my god. Yeah. The car chasing was too stop and go.
Yeah, it was like Pod Race Phantom Menace.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
The action scenes weren't like spectacular. The opening scene was great.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
What was the name of the secret organization in Casino Royale?
Oh,
Quantum. No, there's something before that even, wasn't there?
Oh.
It was that. Then it was Quantum, and then it's like, wait a minute, that's just all Spectre. It's
just
like, every time they don't
and also,
know,
they can't reference the other movies and not reference Quantum. They left out Green in so many of those.
All your adversaries, Lashif,
Silva, M.
Skyfall is in on its own. It has nothing to do with any other movie almost.
And all of a sudden it's gonna.
It's like
Spectre tries
Silva
to tie
doesn't.
Back.
It's like it doesn't have anything to do with
grabbing
Quantum.
at threads aren't even there to tie them together. I think he didn't want to really direct that movie. To be honest,
he got Bond out of his system in Skyfall. So when they convinced him back for Spectre, he's like, well, I can do it, but like I'm gonna.
He was pushed into that with the check.
I'm gonna be rehashing, and they seemed okay with it, and it was a huge letdown. The action was too silly. It was like a Pierce Brosnan mix with Daniel Craig, and the mix just didn't taste good. Overall, it's just I hold Bond up to such a high standard.
Yeah,
and we
deserve better than that.
They gave me like a Jack Ryan film.
Yeah,
and that's not good.
A movie series or trilogy that I hold very dear. I think it's probably the best trilogy of all time. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So I
wouldn't tell you wrong there.
Needless to say, extremely excited for The Hobbit. I love the books. The book.
The Hobbit is like kiddie,
book,
isn't it?
It is kiddie. It's easier to read. It's supposed to be a kid book. A little bit.
Bippity-boppity.
But the Hobbit movies are the most overproduced,
I like that,
like soulless piece of trash that I've ever.
Prequels hold that title, I think.
They remind me of the prequels.
Yeah, they do.
They do. It's just
same like a director that did a great job before comes back to do a prequel trilogy. In 3 movies,
but
and
it was the fact that they showed Peter Jackson just blatant disrespect. They're like, we don't want you anymore. You did Lord of the Rings. We're getting in Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
And then the last minute they dropped out and they're just like, give him a call. And they're like, Peter!
Hey, Petey!
Yeah, we need you back.
George Lucas is to blame for the prequels.
Everything bad in the world.
Yeah. That man became stupid like sometime after 1990. He's just...
And he is a good person, though. You got a +5. We do like him.
We love to have him on the show.
Yeah.
I think he was just so pressured by the studio. I don't think he wanted to make 3 movies.
I was okay with 2.
Was it 1, then 2, and then 3?
No, it was 2 always.
Okay. It was 2 first. The real problem I have is Battle of 5 Armies is so
horrendous.
bad.
And I was excited for that because like the trailers, it looked like a fun battle movie, but holy god!
Yeah, when like the dwarves like brother or something comes when he's riding on the pig. Another reason why those movies are terrible is just looking at Lord of the Rings as like it's such a perfect set of movies.
It's like Star Wars, like,
and it's like
real.
How
we're gonna go back a little bit here. A movie that I forgot existed until we started talking about what movies could be on this list. Hancock. If someone pitches to you, I got Will Smith. We're gonna do a movie about a homeless superhero who was just given up on society.
Yeah, he's like the only superhero. He's just like he doesn't want to be a superhero.
And then it becomes
what
a tornado fight between Charlize Theron and Hancock about two people that
they're
are
like
gods. Like, that could be Hancock 3 when he finally learns his but they crammed so much.
Yeah, it's the opposite problem we just talked about. It's they put 3 movies into one instead of one movie into 3.
Because it's like he starts out as like this lowly hobo, and by the 3rd movie he finally embraces his like godlike status.
Yeah. One of the only times where they should have split movies up.
And then as Hancock goes near Charlize Theron, he starts to lose his power.
Oh yeah, that was stupid
for some reason. And he gets shot at the end.
It started off good.
Really
I liked when he was a bad superhero. It was good.
Yeah,
it had 45 minutes of potential.
Yeah, it starts off good, and like the first time he has to be a superhero and stop that bank robbery was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's one of those movies where you start out, you're like, by the end, you're just like,
no, you like the first part's good because he does the superhero thing, he solves it, but he causes like so much more damage.
It sort of falls in the same sort of like area as Prometheus for me, where it's not like you were so angry when you saw it, but like it was fine, but it could have been something
wasted potential.
Origins, Wolverine.
Let's do it.
I want to say first that I really liked this movie the first time I saw it.
I
thought it was a fun time.
I hated it.
This is more packed. I enjoyed it the first time I saw it. I was also younger.
And the reason I love X-Men is because it's more politically aware than other superhero.
That's a good point.
It's very like it's a metaphor for just like
it plays on
prejudice
exactly.
racism and sexism, like all that stuff. But like X-Men Origins didn't have any of that. Like his origin story always should have been a nice, smaller, contained, R-rated movie. But it was this huge, bloated movie that had Gambit. And
what a waste.
Who played Gambit? What's that?
Oh god, fact checker.
Jack Ryan.
No,
Jack Ryan.
John Carter.
John Carter, yeah.
What? I don't even know.
What's his name?
True Detective Season 2.
I want to say Tom Brady, but I know that's wrong. They kind of look alike.
Oh my god. Yeah. That studio has proven they don't really care about the movie. They care about the return.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
all they care about is the return.
The money. They'll give you the money they need for it to
They'll give you the money and the advertising. They do great advertising.
Exactly. They care about making awesome trailers.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to make one more point about X-Men. So you had X-Men 1, which is a good movie. X-Men 2, probably still the best X-Men movie ever made. X-Men 3 was a huge step down. X-Men Origins.
I didn't mind.
I just don't care enough about Jean Grey. That's the thing.
Yeah, I didn't either. I didn't buy the relationship with Wolverine.
But then they had a huge comeback with like First Class and Days of Future
Past. First Class is unreal.
First Class
it was so unconventionally unreal. I don't know, like it wasn't
Rose Byrne touches is just a great time.
Yeah, she is lovely.
Days of Future Past is the best X-Men like comic book arc in my opinion. Like so they couldn't really mess up with it.
Days of Future Past was very good.
Very good.
And then Apocalypse was again back to the mediocrity. Just pure.
We're gonna talk about Apocalypse.
It's on here. I have it on here. I haven't seen it though, so I can't really say.
It was a good X-Men story, but it didn't propel the superhero.
It's not.
Genre. It did not help the saturation argument.
How about?
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't actually seen it. I just know. In time.
I don't know enough about it.
With Justin Timberlake.
I think Packer will take head on this one.
And who else is that?
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Well, the part where I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm gonna see this movie. Is just the way they tease that premise perfectly. It's like Justin Timberlake's on his way to work in the morning. He stops to get a coffee, and he's like, 4 minutes for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so cool.
That's really good. Yeah.
So you look young forever. So Olivia Wilde is Justin Timberlake's mom in the movie, and she is taking too long to get home, where she needs to like get more money from like her bank or whatever, and the cab won't drive her home because it's like she doesn't have enough minutes of her life left. She's only got like 4 minutes, so she's like running home and trying to get home, and he's running towards
what's at
her.
home is like
so
more
give
minutes.
her time.
Yeah.
No, I think she's gonna
like earn time from work.
Are they constantly like really? Is everyone in that world like really low?
I think Justin Timberlake's always got like an hour or something. Some people have like infinite, and it's just like this huge class imbalance. And as they're running together, her time runs out.
Sounds pretty good, man. I don't know.
After that scine, it becomes terrible.
Really?
it abandons the time thing. It's like him like, I'm gonna break in his vault and release all the time. Amanda Seyfried, I think, is also in it.
Oh gosh.
Indiana Jones. It's just like Indiana Jones 4. There's just nothing to say. Something that does kind of bother me is when people say the aliens and they go like, "Oh my god, there's so many like things to call out."
Supernatural stuff and other ones too.
If you go back and rewatch it.
And I think Shia LaBeouf is fun to watch. Honestly, like
I've always been a fan of his work.
I think Red Letter Media actually said this. He's a very natural actor. Like he's
Red Letter Media.
I've only
Disturbia. He was great in that movie.
Yeah, he's very easy
I
to watch.
could do a Sheila LaBeouf video, man.
Yeah. Did we do Born already?
Oh.
I don't know enough. I could do Legacy.
It's the fact that that's the fourth one. Jason Bourne, the new one's the fifth one, and the reason that movie's such an insult is because the director of 2 and 3, Paul Greengrass, who did Captain Phillips recently, he said he would never come back to the Bourne franchise, and Matt Damon said he was open to coming back, but he would only ever come back if Paul Greengrass came back, because he's like, we tried, but like we couldn't come up with a good enough story, so we're just happy to leave it. And he's like, we'll never come back unless we come up with something that we think is like crazy,
way better.
And then they're like, okay, yeah, we're all coming back. And I'm like, holy fuck. And it's the most generic, uncreative, like, come back. You could have come. They went straight for Jason Bourne's father, and it was like, your father was part of the program.
So done.
You got to bring him in. The assassin that you're looking for also killed your father.
Everything's it's like the James Bond, like trying to tie strings together that.
And then meanwhile, there's an app. It's like the Genesis app. We're gonna launch this app, and everyone gets like free phone calls, or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, but this guy's actually selling it to the government, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just NSA bullshit.
Cloud Atlas is...
It's pretty bad.
I love the idea of Cloud Atlas, but it's just like, it's one of those when there's like, you know, that's a book that can't be turned into a movie. Like, it's impossible. It's like, that is impossible. Like, don't bother turning that into a movie. And
when you finish it, you don't feel good.
You're like, what happened?
Fuck. Alright, well, this video's left me in a pretty bad mood. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
we're good.
Well, that was episode 2 of the recap show. Really
could be episode 3. We don't know. You don't know how you're gonna slate these.
That was an episode.
That was an episode.
Show. Yeah.
And now for another.
Yeah. Yeah. So stay liked. Stay subscribed.
Stay liked.
Stay liked.
Yeah. Stay liked.
Like up.
Keep liking.
So you can expect more movie related stuff, more game related stuff, and some more TV related stuff. I think we're gonna be delving into the world of Nolan and Tarantino pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.